Hello Presunivers, PUSU Podcast 2022 is back. And I'm here as your host today. My name is Vira and my partner, hello Dini.
Hi, hey guys.
How's your day, Din?
My day was good. How about you, Fira?
Me too. Okay, Din. I think our topic today is really cool to talk about, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's quite sensitive for us either as a woman, but it's really quite interesting if we brought this today in our PUSU podcast, you know?
Yeah, right. So today we will talk about women. Maybe me and Dini will talk a little bit about this topic. Women have gone through many things in society since forever regarding the expectation they must meet for them to become a woman, with how they act, how they look, how they dress, and how they think.
Therefore, here, we want to create a safe space for women to voice out their opinions and thoughts regarding this problem to celebrate International Women's Day on 9th March.
Today we have a special guest star who really fits this topic. Right, Din?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say hello to our first guest star. Hello, Nesya.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Nesya. How's your day?
My day really well. Thank you so much. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good too. Okay, Nesya, you can introduce yourself first to the audience.
Okay, a little about me. My name is Nesya Elmaira. You can call me Nesya or Nessie. I am management student batch 2021 in President University. I think that is enough for me.
Okay. Thank you, Nesya, to be our guest star today.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay, for our second speaker, we have Azizah. Hi, Azizah.
Hello, guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. And how about you?
I'm good too. Can you tell a little bit about you to our listeners?
Hello, guys. My name is Azizah Nur Hafifah. I'm from International Relations at 2021. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Okay, there's two guest stars today, yeah? Yes, after we talk a little bit and introduce our guest star, maybe now we can start asking questions about today's topic, Tin.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we can start that now.
Okay. Maybe I will ask the first question. What does being a woman mean to you? Maybe Nesya, you can answer first.
Okay, so for me, being a woman, if we are going to describe it in one word, maybe special is going to be the word, because you can always get in trouble just because of your gender. Well, not surprisingly, but being a woman means that you are being judged if you do something less or if you do something more. There are no exact point where we are enough and perfect in society's judgment. So I think that's for me.
Wow, that's quite good and opinions,
that's a really
right?
Good answer. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Azizah, you may answer.
Oh, well, thank you. I think my answer is quite different with Nesya. On my describe, women is not being elegant, being pretty, being nice or being liked by everybody, but women's on my definition is much more being yourself. Being in my case is being myself as a woman is already a woman. I think that's
Okay.
Wow.
That's a really quite interesting answer, you know, Fira, because they both have their own point of view about women. So that's really good.
Interesting opinion and answer. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the second question. Okay, so the second question, how do you see women nowadays in society? Maybe Azizah, you can answer that question.
Thank you. I think it's interesting questions. I see women nowadays is much more luckier than the past day that we know, right? In the past, women cannot do whatever they want, but now women much more luckier. They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really quite interesting, and I agree with that too. Though, like nowadays,
Right.
we have our own rights than like the old one. Like in the 19th century, we have a different kind of rights as a woman, but now we can personally speak our voice from that. Okay, how about Nesya? What do you think, and how do you see women nowadays in society?
Okay, so first of all, I agree with Aziza because in the previous time, we have the stigma and the misogyny culture in our society. I mean, not just Indonesia, all over the world has it too back then. But I see women nowadays in society is bolder, braver, super duper amazing. I mean, I found that many women in Indonesia and outside are a very amazing women. They achieve so many things. They break the stigma. They be able to be whatever they want. But in the other hand, I've seen that many men's violence against women increasing, like sexual assault, public harassment, human trafficking, and sadly, the lack of safe place for women is decreasing as well. So it's like both side it's a good one and also the bad one.
Okay, I totally agree with you though. It's really quite good. Okay, Fira,
Yeah.
you can maybe ask them for the third question. I'm sorry.
Okay. I will ask the third question. Does the society or people around you put any expectation on you as a woman? And does it affect how you live your life? Maybe Nisha, you can answer.
Okay, if there's one expectation for me as a woman is that a gender expectation. For me, being born as a woman, I have like the words of that by saying that when you grow up, you should find a rich, wealthy, and successful husband. Well, maybe that is entertaining, but it's not for every woman, right? And then when you grow up, you should have skills like cooking, cleaning, carrying a child, blah blah blah. I mean, it's not just for women, but it's both for men and women. And others of when you grow up scenarios. I mean, we are expected to be smart, but not too smart. We are expected to be independent, but not too independent. We are expected to be able to do anything, but not everything. So we are expected to dress typically like feminine ways and be polite, like Aziza said before, just because you are a woman. I mean, that is the hardest expectation for me as a woman. Yeah, I think that is for me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what's
really-
happening right now.
Yeah, even though today we can speak our voice and can tell our opinions, but still, we as a woman still being underestimated, depends on
Yeah.
men.
So maybe Aziza, you can answer.
Oh well, for me, maybe I ever once have the same experience, the same expectation as what Denisha said. But on my side, it's much more like we know expectation is part of our life, right? It's both women and men. But on the women, I think it's hard. It's hit really hard. Like on my side, in my case, it's much more like they want me to look like a woman, but it is quite interesting. Like, what do you mean as to look like women? They want me to have a slim body, to have to be pretty, to be elegant, but it's not me. So I think the expectation is really like how I live my life. It make me not really confident when it comes to my appearance or something like that, and that's really sad. I think that maybe some women out there really have the same experience or expectation as me.
Yeah, that is really right too, though. Like, that's
Yeah.
just a small things about the society that it can also create a really damaging mental health for women, especially because of that little judging about how we're supposed to act, about our body, that we're the only one who can decide which things we want to do with our body. And that's quite sad for people nowadays too.
Wow. Okay. Maybe Dini.
Okay, for the next question. What was the toughest experience you've ever had as a woman, and how did you guys overcome it? Maybe we can start from Azizah.
Oh well, for me, the toughest things that I ever experienced as women, born as a woman, is when the equality is not really overcome right now. Maybe it's much more better than the past day, but that's not what I ever experienced. That sometimes they really want me to be a perfect woman, and it's really the toughest thing that I think. When they say I cannot be boyish, I cannot wear pants. I just need to wear. I just can wear a skirt. It is what I think the toughest thing as a woman when they want me to be a woman, but on my opinions, women is can do whatever they want.
I agree with that. That's a really, really interesting answer from Azizah. Okay, how about you, Nesya?
It's not the toughest experience, but it's keep going on over and over again, even though it's like 21st century, right? Being looked at just because how you dress. I mean, I love knee dress so much. I love dress so much. So when I use it, and then there are many creepy guys who are looking at the way I dress, I feel insecure and I don't feel brave enough to wear it. So over the time, I mean, like, it's if that feeling happened to me, maybe that feeling happened to a lot of women as well. I mean, we are not free enough to wear whatever we want just because we are scared of it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think
that
we are always forced to be what other people want them to be. Only a little
yes,
freedom that women have, right?
Yes,
agree.
exactly.
Okay, next question. Have you ever experienced sexism in school, campus, or even in your own house? Maybe Nesya?
Okay, so first of all, for mom, dad, if you're listening to this, I hope you get it. Okay, so I think the sexism that I've experienced for 18 years for me to live is that only women who do house chores. Like, it's not all family members who do that, but it's only for women. I mean, if my dad said, Nisha, go help your mom, I mean, I really wish I can answer, why don't you go help your wife? Yeah,
My
and
God.
then we expected to wake up early than everyone else, just to cleaning and cooking and prepare for everything just because we are a woman. I mean, that is not in this terms and condition for me to be born as a woman, right?
Right. Yeah, that's totally really that's a really one of the things that becomes something that's normal for people nowadays. But I think for those little things, it should be listened more, because chores at home is just not it's just not women can do it, but also men can do it either, because that's the basic things on how we're supposed to live in our daily life. But today's woman just got forced to do that more than a man, and that's something that we need to be more. We need to talk about it more, discuss it more.
Okay, maybe Azizah, you can answer.
I feel bad for you, Nisha. I also once experienced that, but for my case, it's much more in my school. I think it's really silly when my past senior high school is having one rules that I think is really full when there was the elections for the chairpersons, the students union chairperson, the one that can be a candidate for the chairperson is just a man. It's
Oh wow.
really mad. Yeah, it's really made me mad. Why just a man? Do you not trust a woman to have the independence to be to can lead and be a candidate as the chairperson? And until now, when I just remember that the past experience, it's always made me mad. It's really bad.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of you guys because it is something that it's really, really sad for us nowadays, especially in our education environment when men has more trusted than women, and it's quite sad because women can do better and they can do a lot of things that different and create a really better innovation than men, but the stigma of our society nowadays it breaks our chance to have that opportunities, and that's quite sad. Okay, for the next question I'm gonna ask, uh do you think every woman should be a feminist? Okay, we can start from Ziza. Do you think every woman should be a feminist?
Yeah, for me, I think everybody, not just a woman, should be a feminist, because a feminist is not a bad thing. A feminist is support for the equality of the sexes, and it can make more emancipations for women, and also it is a good, especially for us the women, when in the society it's really have a bad circumstance, when it's all of the man it's come more good than the woman.
Yeah, that's really what we were talked about in the previous questions too, that women can do more than men and can do better than men, but the stigma of our society, they did not expect us to be like that. Okay, so what about Nesya? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm agree with Aziza because everyone, regardless of their gender, should be a feminist. I mean, it's like a bare minimum. But some people are afraid of the label feminist itself because for those who doesn't see the big picture, what is feminist is, the word feminist is kind of a bit of equivalent as the word sinner. When someone the first time someone called me, oh, you're a feminist, it someone sometimes I don't see it as a compliment. I mean, now I'm a proud feminist, but I back then when I don't even understand what is feminist, I can hear that it's not a compliment from their tone. And when people said that I'm not a feminist, but I demand equal rights for men and women, I'm not a feminist, but their action looks like a feminist, then definitely you are a feminist. I think
Yeah, I
that's it for
agree
me.
with that too. Okay,
Yes.
thank
What?
you guys.
Oh,
That's a really, really interesting answer.
okay. Jump to the next question. Pro-life or pro-choice? What do you choose and why? Maybe Nisha, you can go first.
Okay, so this is a great topic because this is more like a black and white situation because both are considered as do you support abortion rights or not. So not surprisingly, I'm gonna go with a pro-choice. I know that this is not a place to debate our choices, but there are several reasons why I am more pro-choice. The first one is that my body is not a political playground. It's not a place for legislation, and it's mine and it's my future. And no woman can call herself free until she chooses consciously whether she will and will not be a mother. Because in Indonesia itself, as we know, abortion is most likely to be illegal, except there are two expectations, right? The first one is abortion can be performed in the case of pregnancy, which arise from a rape. And if the pregnancy is not a medically viable or threatens the health of the pregnant woman. So those two conditions are not enough. What about the women who has less funding to raise a child? What about the women who don't want a child? What about their environment that is not suitable enough to raise a child? What if they are still young? That those conditions are not considered enough in our country, and maybe a third world country like the ones in Africa. So I think yes, I am go with pro-choice if that's the shortest answer.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Such a great answer from Nisha. And maybe Aziza, you can answer.
For me, my answer is more opposite than Nesha. I'm is more pro-life than the pro-choice. Maybe it's because how my parents is raised me. It's really religious, and how my religions is affect me. Because in my religions, life is up of anything. Because of that, I really appreciate of life, and that's why it's more in the pro-life.
Okay,
Okay.
so we have a different answer from our guest star, Din.
Yeah, there's a different prefer than Nesya. She chose pro-choice because basically it's about women rights to do whatever she wants, whatever decision she wants to take. Rather different than Aziza, she chose pro-life because it's going to be more in a religious way because the doctrine from also her parents and how she believes about her faith, about from her religions that makes her chose pro-life. Okay, that's really really good. There's we can now have more knowledge from both sides of pro-life and pro-choice. Okay, we're going to the last questions for our podcast today. So this question is both for Nesya and Aziza. The question is, what is one wish you have for women and society? Maybe we can start from Aziza.
I think for me, one wish for women and society. For women, I wish women is much more braver, and also the emancipations of women is more being supported by women itself, and how women is stand together. And for the society, I hope they're just on their own business, and I hope society is having a safe place, become a safe place for a woman.
Okay, that's really really good answer, Aziza. It's really really good. Okay, how about you, Nesya? What is one wish you have for women and society?
One wish is from my favorite book. It's called Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. The author said, "Smash the patriarchy." I know this is like this sentence, like three words in here, is so like meaningful for me because it's not an illegal thing that we want equality in this world. It's the simplest thing we can have as a human beings. Yeah, I think that is for me.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
that is
Din. Sadly, that's the last question for today.
okay. Yeah. So basically, we just heard a lot of new knowledge from both speakers. There's a lot of different
Yeah.
point of view that we can see, and it's really, really interesting. And for all of you guys, listeners out there, we create this safe space for podcast to discuss about it, just because we want to remind you, as a woman, we can be anything we want as long as we have the rights, and every of that rights should be equal to both women and men, so that we as a woman will not getting any single discrimination based on a gender again. How about you, Fira?
Yeah, such a good comment from you, Dini. And I think I just want to say, women can do anything. So, guys, you can do anything lah pokoknya. Okay, thank you for being here today, Nisha and Aziza. And thank you for being our special guest star to talk about this amazing topic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so
thank you
much.
guys.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
Thank you for
inviting
inviting
me.
me.
yay. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, guys, I think that's all from our Pussy podcast. Thank you for both speakers, and thank you so much for Fahira as as the host for this
Yay.
podcast. That's all from us, guys. We are from Pusu Podcast 2022. Just stay tuned on our next section, and goodbye.
Goodbye.